Sometimes I feel that there are programs that I shouldn't watch, not because of quality or offensive messaging or anything like that. No, I just shouldn't watch them because I am not the target demographic. These aren't bad shows per se, but they're not intended for me. Are there any shows like that for you? Shows that are just not made with you in mind? Let me know in the comments. With all of the hubbub over One Punch Man recently, one example of a show that I shouldn't watch springs instantly to mind. That show is Ampan Man. If you like anime or have lived in Japan for any length of time, you will surely know about this beloved program. It is a true fixture in Japan for kids viewing, so much so that the creator of One Punch Man took inspiration for that character from Ampan Man. The costumes are similar with some colors swapped, and the bald head is a definite tribute. Of course, the name is an homage as well. One Punch Man, One Pan Man, Ampan Man. So why shouldn't I watch Ampan Man? Because to an adult brain that wants things to make some sense, the concept is pure madness. A kindly old baker winds up making a magical person when a shooting star lands in his dough. Imagine a gingerbread man on steroids. He is fast, strong, and can fly. His head is filled with sweet bean paste called an, and since it is bread, it is called pan in Japanese, and we get the name An-pan man, bean-filled bread man. Oh, despite having no visible ears, Anpan Man has super hearing and can set out to save anyone who calls his name for help anywhere on the planet. If someone is starving or needs an energy boost, Anpan Man can break off part of his head for them to eat, which actually weakens him. In fact, his main weaknesses are water, which makes him soggy, I suppose, and getting his head dirty. When Ampan Man's head gets damaged in these ways, the kindly baker can replace it with a new one to restore our hero's strength and health. There are other characters, of course, primary among them his bread compatriots. We have Curry Pan Man with a head full of spicy curry which can be used as a burning weapon. Then there is Shokupan Man, whose head is sliced white bread. We also have Roll Panna, who has a roll cake for a head, I suppose, and two hearts, one good and one evil. Her good heart is usually in control, but she's always on guard in case her evil heart takes over. Her younger sister is my favorite, Melon Panna, with a head made from melon bread. She uses her signature attack, Melo Melo Punch, which uses love and affection to make her adversary sleepy and relaxed. There's also Cream Panda, the youngest bread hero whose head is a cream bun. And there is also Akachan Man, a name which made me terrified when I first heard it. You see, Akachan means baby. So I was imagining a bread filled with the meat of a human baby. But it turns out that this is just an actual baby who becomes super strong after drinking milk. There are so many characters in this show that it earned the series a Guinness World Record in 2009 for the highest number of characters in an animated franchise, with 1,768 different characters appearing over the years. The anime first appeared in 1979, based on comics that started in 1973, so the anime has been around for close to 50 years now. There is nothing quite like teaching a class of little kids and having some of them come up shouting, "Am punch!" or "Am kick!" as they launch attacks on your ankles and, more sensitive targets that kids can easily reach. Ampan Man is truly an icon in Japan, with grosses surpassing even Hello Kitty. So why shouldn't I watch this? What makes my adult mind struggle with this show? Well, Ampan Man can help people by letting them eat part of his head. I don't know too many other heroes who let people consume parts of their bodies. It seems like a weird power, especially since it makes him weak. Why don't enemies just gang up on him and eat his head? Since his head gets replaced when it is dirty, what happens to his personality and memories? Are they not stored in his brain, which should be in his head? Or is his head just a kind of replaceable battery, and his main CPU and databanks are in his torso? How does this bread-based technology and AI system work? The other bread characters don't offer parts of their heads when someone needs help, and they never get their heads replaced. Why is that? Are they life forms or artificial constructs like Ampan Man? If it is the latter, who baked them? I'm confused. Who and where are Akachan Man's parents. It seems weird to have so many bread characters defending the world and toss an actual baby into the fray. Were there no other types of bread available? Why not a croissant or a bagel instead of a baby? When there is trouble, it is always a punch or a kick that saves the day. Well, aside from Melon Panna, who wins through love. But even that is delivered with a punch. If the thread is too strong, call your friends to add their punches and kicks. Is that a good message to teach children? Violence is the best answer? Maybe I'm thinking too much about this. If you are ever around Yokohama, make sure you check out the Ampanman Children's Museum. There are statues and displays to interact and pose with. There are live shows with costumed performers, and all sorts of other fun things to see and do. There you have it. A show that I sadly was too old to enjoy by the time I started living in Japan. Everyone knows Ampanman. Everyone grew up with it. Everyone can recognize the theme song and the various characters. Just don't try to make sense of it. It is a kids' show, and leave it at that. Do you have any shows that you just don't get? Are there any shows you liked as a child that make no sense now that you are older? What did you grow up with? And what is iconic kids viewing where you come from? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and if you have any answers for the things I don't understand about Ampanman, please let me know too. I'm always ready to learn new lore. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like to let me know, and consider subscribing to my channel for more videos on entertainment topics of all kinds. Everything helps. Oh, one last thing. When I was growing up in Canada, there was a show called Mr. Dress-Up. A guy who loved art and costumes lived in a house and taught kids to use their imaginations, kind of like Canada's Mr. Rogers. Anyway, on that show were two puppets, a little boy named Casey and a dog named Finnegan. Casey and Finnegan lived in a tree house behind Mr. Dress-Up's house. What was up with that? No parents? Homeless? I guess I don't have to think about it. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.